I am Ro D. Rowe.
This is brand new to me.
I was a local radio icon.
I didn't abide by the rules.
Thanks to haters, it came to an end.
I had to figure out my voice and my brand.
What's changed in 2 decades? I've grown up, married my college love, and interviewed real bosses from all over.
I eliminate the cell phone employee.
Grind for the net. Put in the work. Become a master. This is Network Master.
Some new ideas I have with you all, so I'm excited to see how everything will unfold.
Now, last time you and I talked, your business was in a different direction, and you made a pivot. Tell us about that pivot and tell us why.
Okay, excellent. I am traditionally trained as a speech pathologist, and I worked in the field for quite some time. I did a lot of curriculum development, and I would go to different school districts and work with educators and teach them how to facilitate different learning experiences for students who may have had dyslexia or ADHD or autism, and how to incorporate them into their traditional classroom setting.
Okay.
Because sometimes teachers need a little assistance with their students who are non-traditional or non-typically developing. So I went to a couple different states and worked with several different districts. And within that time, I started to really see a materialization of educators who were freelancing, and they were using different sites like Teachers Pay Teachers and things like that to supplement their income. So with that in mind, I started to really see the bigger picture about educators and parents, for the most part, who were utilizing the gig economy or the freelance economy.
Right.
So at that time, I decided to transition my business to support those parents and those educators who have side projects that they want to do, as well as working full time. So Barely Articulating became a tech hub for aspiring parentpreneurs and parent-led startups. And our mission is to enhance productivity, support career advancement, and catalyze parents who are best poised to energize the local community and really revitalize the local metro Detroit area.
We're talking to Jeannette Washington here on Network Master. Visit the website, networkmaster.live. Download the audio and share with a friend. Remember, when you do, you're helping them net profit, work smart, and master life. Now, Jeannette, I want to talk about your current model, but I want to talk about the decision-making process that you had to make. You had a great model already, and you looked up and realized that people were engaging in the gig economy. What steps in your decision did you go through to say, okay, I'm going to make the change and go through with it?
Wow, that's a great question. So as technology and as everything that we're seeing today with autonomous vehicles and artificial intelligence, everything is just evolving. So with my business, I recognized early that my business would be evolving, so that I may start somewhere else, but it may look completely different in the end.
Gotcha.
So I embraced that and I accepted that. And I think traveling to the different states and working with different educators started to really, I won't say it wore me down, but traveling can get a little tiresome after a while. And I thought about it and I said, do I really want to do this forever?
Right.
Or can I see myself actually having maybe a physical location somewhere and to be able to do more webinars and make it more convenient for myself? So that's what I started to transition into a different model. And here in the city of Detroit, there are several grants that are available to people who are entrepreneurs. So that led me down that road as well, because when I applied to some different grant programs, I was getting lots of bites. Like, hey, we like your idea.
Wow.
Here's a couple hundred.
Wow.
Here's this. I was like, well, yeah, I think this is be a good decision.
This might be a little bit better, right? And there's nothing wrong with moving business models. I just wanted to go through that thought process, because sometimes people get so married to their current idea that they can't see the forest for the trees. So my next thing is parentpreneurs. I'm guessing that's entrepreneurs who are parents. What struggles do they face when starting businesses?
Well, parentpreneurs struggle through an awful lot as far as flexibility and time management and being able to juggle work and life. I don't know if you are ever able to master it all, but I would like to definitely ease that transition for parents. It's a lot. I could go all day about the different things that we have to face with when children get ill last minute, and you can't always talk to the boss and say you may not have PTO, or with the different soccer games and different extracurricular activities that they're invested in, and it's like, man, I can't take off time. You wind up missing out on a lot of things. So it's easier to create your own model so that you can make time for those important endeavors in your children's life. So that's going to be one of the main struggles, just time. We can never get enough of it.
We're talking to Jeannette Washington here on Network Master. We help people net profit, work smart, and master life. Visit the website, networkmaster.live. Download and share the audio. Use those social share icons. Tell your family, friends, and network. Now, Jeannette, of course, people are getting into the gig economy. I heard you say that. I know what it means, but can you explain to the listeners what the gig economy means?
Okay. So the gig economy, if I'm explaining it simple enough, it's basically wanting different streams or sources of income. So there are websites that you can utilize, like Upwork or Fiverr. Basically, you just create a profile and let them know the things you can do. Some people are great at writing. So besides working their full-time job, they can create blog posts for individuals and make, substantial income on the side just by creating blogs. So it's just a way to monetize your time so that you can have a couple different sources of income coming in.
And even
that's the thing, right?
So all of the businesses, or what kinds of businesses are you seeing the parents engage in? Are most of them, say for instance on Upwork, or some of them doing maybe direct sales, network marketing, or some of them starting traditional businesses? What trend are you seeing when you see this?
You know what? That's a great question. I will say that there are a variety of trades. I'm not seeing a single specific trade. What I am seeing a lot of parents solving problems that they had. So, for instance, one of my good friends created a hair care line because she dealt with her daughter's hair just being extremely brittle and rough and breaking off very badly. So she decided to solve that problem by researching some different natural ingredients, and now she's doing very well with her hair care line, and she's selling all over the world at this point.
Wow.
So that's the trend I'm seeing, parents wanting to solve problems that they had with their children.
So give us maybe a top two or top three that parents can do, especially if they have the kids now, either to get the business going or really accelerate an existing business.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of writing services. If you are good at maybe editing or critiquing resumes for other individuals, I've seen, even with things like companies, I want to say like Avon or Mary Kay and things like that, where you're basically franchising or independent contractor for a well-established company, but you have a little bit more flexibility now that you don't have like that 9-to-5 schedule, that rigor.
Right.
So yeah, I see a lot of independent contracting. I've seen people create clothing lines for children, with empowering phrases on the shirts and things that they want to see their kids in. So again, it's just solving problems.
We've been talking to Jeannette Washington, founder of Barely Articulating, here on Network Master. Jeannette, I've had fun. Would you like to give the listeners a way to find out more information about you and your business?
Okay, excellent. Well, I am actually in the process of developing my website. It does exist. It's barelyarticulating.com. If you go on there right now, it's a little bit of a workspace. So it's caution, tape is everywhere. However, you can certainly find me on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and it's going to be Barely Articulating, and that's BEARLY, and Articulating ARTICULATING.
Jeannette Washington, thanks so much for taking your time out here on Network Master.
Again, it was my pleasure. I truly appreciate your time you've invested in asking these questions, and I hope your listeners have gained quite a bit from our conversation, our dialogue.
Oh, absolutely. We got to bring you back too, okay?
Sounds good.